First Lady Melania Trump just shocked hardcore liberals and the Hollywood crowd as she pulled off one incredible feat, and they can't deny she nailed it. In case you missed it, the First Lady broke the internet and pissed off Beyoncé Knowles and Michelle Obama all in one day without saying a word, and we have every detail you need to know. Melania Trump is a fashionista, and she took an incredible risk today, but she nailed it. Everyone is buzzing about Melania's white hat and suit that she wore to welcome the French president and his wife. But this was more than a fashion statement. The First Lady had no idea she was embroiled in a war, being compared to Beyoncé Knowles and Michelle Obama. People can't stop comparing Melania's hat to Beyoncé's or her white outfit to Michelle's numbered cot number. Melania shit tweeted genealogy. This was just one of the thousands of posts circulating on the internet about Melania's white suit and hat. Articles sprung up comparing Beyoncé's black hat to Melania's white hat, and hands down, people said the First Lady dethroned Queen Bee. Insider magazine tweeted, Melania Trump wore a huge white hat for the French president's arrival ceremony, and people are freaking out and comparing her to Beyoncé. People decided Melania put Beyoncé to shame. Twitter user Lavi responded, tweeting, Melania's hat actually fits and looks classy. Beyoncé looks like she wants to play dress up in mommy's giant hat. Melania death wins the in the number white hat. Even liberals gave the win to Melania. Andillion Tanis tweeted, I can't believe all the dull, uninformed, unfashionable, unstylish, old-fashioned people criticizing Melania's hat. I don't like the Trumps, but Melania looks beautiful. Beyoncé? Just because two women wear a chic hat, they're channeling? Polish? Channeling maybe. It got so out of control on social media, Melania's had opened its own Twitter account. The New York Times wrote an entire piece on Melania's outfit, informing us that the First Lady planned this look herself and had the hat made, especially to match the white suit just for this occasion. It turns out that the hat she wore on Tuesday was specially made, commissioned by Mrs. Trump's sometime stylist Hervé Pierre to match the white Michael Kors skirt suit she was wearing, reported the New York Times. Then, back on social media, people were posting what we can only imagine was Beyoncé's reaction. We all know Queen Bee doesn't like to be upstaged. This brings us to Michelle Obama's white outfit, which was also compared to Melania. Who can forget her sloppy shorts and bikini, all in white? Yahoo reported, some social media spectators were critical of Michelle's beach getup, saying it was in poor taste for someone of her political status. Totally inappropriate for her age and who she is, wrote one commenter when images of the ensemble emerged. Her daughter looks embarrassed. Rightly so. Why holes on the white cutoffs? Looks a little trailer trash. Melania looks so much more elegant, yet all she seems to get is criticism, another said. The ripped white shorts. Hard to believe she was ever a First Lady, wrote yet another social media user. Getting too much inspiration from Beyoncé, I think. Two things, I'm shocked that people are up in arms because of the hue of her attire, and she couldn't even be bothered to button her shorts, another observed. The whole family has no class, someone else wrote. Thank God they no longer represent us. The New York Times, one of President Donald Trump's fiercest critics, which he calls the failing New York Times, couldn't help but try to balance the scales in favor of Beyoncé and Michelle Obama. They reported on Melania's fashion coup, writing, "It's possible Mrs. Trump is not aware of this and just, well, like the idea of the decorum of the hat. Except she has something of a history of using white suits to send what seem like fairly pointed messages. See her decision to wear white, associated with women's rights in the form of the suffragist movement." Really? Melania happens to have a long history of wearing white, well before she got to the White House. It's one of her favorite go-to colors, and it's easy to see why. White is one of those colors which only a few women can pull off and look really good. Even brides tend to pick off white, and the New York Times should know by now, Melania Trump is a slave to fashion. She's not sending out some quasi-political message. Just ask Vance and Michelle. Melania had one goal: to wow the world as our First Lady. Little did she know, like Jackie Kennedy, she'd be starting a fashion movement and breaking the internet all in one day.